feel so numb.
And now, from the Cave of Wonders and recorded live in the presence of gods, welcome to the Rain Man Show.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome to the Rain Man Show, show 100, the big 100, the big 100, show 100. How many more times can I say 100 so I can create more time?
Like more times?
How about 100?
Yeah, it's funny because in that intro I put all the bits where the final bits where people decide to quit.
Right.
Like, yeah, that was Dan quitting, that was Maggie quitting, and then that was Aisha quitting. My blood's boiling as I'm listening. I'm like, oh man, I'm still mad about these mess ups.
I thought you were supposed to celebrate 100 shows.
And then as I calm down, because I hear Queen start, and it's a new era of Tony.
Yes.
And then Thomas walks in.
Yes.
Literally 30 seconds before we go live.
Wow. That's spontaneity right there.
And I have no microphone for him. I didn't know you were going to show up yet.
Nobody cares.
I messaged you, you asshole.
Oh, did you? On where? On Hip Chat or?
On Facebook.
Oh, you did?
You did.
So,
yes.
So everything's good? You're going to be here the whole show now? Okay, well then, you know what? Let's go to a quick break. No.
Both.
All right. Okay, I got a mic set up. That was the quickest setup, I think, in the history of setups.
Never
but I think it's good.
Yeah.
Are you there, Thomas?
I'm here.
Okay, you're there.
I'm always
let's
here.
see
I'm
if
watching from the
let's see. You know, show 100. It's a complete clusterfuck.
Right? That's how we do it. That's how we celebrate, Mike.
Who's quitting today?
Hold on. I'm going to see if Brian. No more talking. Andrew, you don't talk for 5 minutes. Go ahead, Brian.
Nothing. Well, there I am.
Hey.
No, it's because you had Dan at the beginning of the show, Mike.
That's exactly what
happened.
it is.
Yeah, no.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a Rain Man show without some issue at some
Not
point,
a live
right?
show, at least. Not a live show.
Hey, wait, Mike, I want to thank you for giving my mom a job.
Yeah, you know what? Hopefully you guys didn't miss the opening 2 or 3 minutes of the show. Tony's mom is the official announcer for this month. I don't know how long she'll do it. It kind of scares me how eager she was. I sent the script over to Tony, and I'm not joking, 15 minutes it was recorded.
Wow.
And Tony's all like, well, I don't think my mom, she might not be up for it. She might not be up for it. It's a little too late. She's getting ready for her doctor's appointment, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, all right, well, might as well try. I know I got the script done at the last minute. But I think it was under 15 minutes, Tony, wasn't it?
Yes, she was a trooper. She was really looking forward to it. As soon as I went over the script with her, She was like, okay. And then I just recorded it, you know?
Yeah, she did good. And we have a few things throughout the show that she will be announcing. She's also replacing Dustin Lucas's voice for the time being. So anytime you would hear Dustin Lucas, it's now Tony's mom. And, you know, because she's rude, she says rude things. I'm quite offended.
She actually reined it in.
Did she? I don't know, because I gave her a script and I did say, I put some insulting things towards me. It was different things changed to fit the story better that I didn't think she realized actually existed.
Uh-huh.
Like I asked her to write something about how I take advantage of her kids, and she ad-libbed the entire thing. Like it was really coming from a real place.
The one thing she was wanted to ask before she started recording is this
uncensored? Because I want to say fuck.
She wanted. She was like going, should I avoid using the fuck word?
I wouldn't want to offend anyone.
Yeah. And I said, well, Mom, I'll let you go at your pace. Yeah, you give it a shot.
You got to know it's Tony's mom when that's the first thing she asks. Like, can I say the F word? My mom says, can I listen to this? Does it say the F word? Complete polar opposite. Are you having problems over there, Brian?
I don't know. I can't hear Brian.
We heard you for a second.
I was there for a second. I don't know.
Oh, there you are. Talking again.
Lost it. And you got to find the sweet spot. Oh, jeez.
What is wrong with that microphone? Just snap it in and re-snap it. That's all you have to do.
Snap it and re-snap it.
Yeah, is that better?
There you go.
Are we good now? All right.
Yeah.
Thomas,
out
again. I'm not doing anything.
There we go.
That's a brand new microphone too.
I don't think it's a mic.
There's the cord. So there's that.
It was more fun.
Maybe we should restart the show.
Does my mom get paid by line then?
Yes.
How do we rewind live? Can we make that?
God damn it, Andrew.
Hey, there's a new rule, Andrew. Don't talk for like 10 minutes. So let's just let's get the show a little quieter.
He was just showing off, Mike.
Calm down.
He was showing off.
I know, because he has 2 of his boyfriends here.
And he's now the co-host.
And I dressed up nice.
Yeah.
Not because he's so excited about the 100th show.
So getting back to your mother, Tony, she will be doing announcements for the remainder of the month. I'm not sure if we'll move into September or not. If she's a hit and people like her, then we'll continue to use her in some aspect if she's up for it. If she wants to be an announcer, meaning she just does like little bits here and there, like maybe thoughts from Tony's mom, whatever. We'll see, because we have a few of those tonight as well. So we will play it by ear, and I'll let the listeners decide whether or not, because they're very vocal about Andrew, and they were kind of upset that I gave him the promotion.
Yes. There it is. Back in the basement with me.
Do not yell. You do yell. You yell constantly. Don't yell. All right.
Easiest way.
So they were a little upset. If I say your name, it doesn't mean for you to come into the show. They were a little upset that I was giving him a promotion because they like his spot as is, meaning they like that he just talks during the news a little bit and he interrupts, and that's it.
Yeah, brought out like the GIMP.
Exactly.
Used and then moved.
They're kind of concerned because he's a novelty for the most part, and some people don't like him. I mean, just like there's some people that probably don't like me. And it's my show.
They still listen.
Well, because you're here and Tony's here. There's reasons why they may continue to listen.
Fair enough.
So he's a novelty somewhat. And if he takes a bigger role, they're afraid that he might just consume the show. But if that is the case, because Andrew is a vortex, we'll have to definitely make sure he understands how to do a show.
So they're afraid of the vortex getting larger and larger.
Exactly.
Well, it already absorbed Brian earlier.
Yeah.
So.
I'm totally okay with like sitting as
that wasn't 10 minutes.
I wasn't even 10 minutes.
Just saying, I don't need to feel important. I'm cool with on my little red desk.
Still going.
I was so worried he was going to say,
like
I'm happy to absorb.
Yeah, he's
Brian.
like the Energizer vortex. He keeps going and going. Did you not hear that we said not to talk for 10 minutes? Just give me 10 minutes, Andrew. Don't even acknowledge me. Don't say yes. Don't laugh.
Who wants
Don't
to place
even
a bet?
breathe.
Someone's got to take the wrath of my anger with the tech issues, and it's going to. I guess, unfortunately, it's going to be Andrew.
Who wants to place a bet? He won't last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the clock now.
I mean, I'll take that.
Oh, there you go.
Fuck, man. Not even 3 seconds.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. So, all right. So, show 100. We got a lot of things in the works for the next, I guess, 100 shows. And someone started laughing on Twitter. They said, really, dude, only show 100? It seems like you guys have done way more than that. And I think if you are a listener of the network and you listen to Rain Man Digital, yes, it's probably more like 1,000 between all the shows. And we average 3 to 5 shows a week.
Yeah.
And 3 or 4 of those involves me talking in some fashion. Then yeah, we're looking at probably 1,000 shows, if not more at this point. But when it comes to Rain Man exclusively, yes, we are looking at 100 shows. So
the milestone.
Yeah. It's a lot of shows, man. How many shows have you been on? Maybe
good Lord,
50, maybe
of Rain Man specifically.
Because you've been on for about a year and a half.
Has it been that long?
It's been about maybe a year and 3 months. I think you came on in March of last year. I believe. So. And since then I think you've been on 60 shows actually.
There you go. Look at me.
So you've been and then Tony's been on since Aisha and Greg left, and that was like what, show 5, Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
just sitting in the corner, becoming one with the studio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Tony, you love it here, don't you?
I like it here.
Yeah. I can tell who enjoys the show and who doesn't. Even Andrew, I think he likes the abuse. That's not room for you to talk. That doesn't mean to talk.
I'm timing him.
Oh God,
too good.
So speaking of what stuff that we have planned for today's show, because our listeners are instigators, and I don't know whether or not I should give this listener a prize or a treat or something. But someone listened to the last show when I asked for Tony's comic book Clutter F-up. They went, and Dustin sent me a message during the show saying there's no way he could find that. That's what Dustin said. He cashed out before he even tried. He was like, there's no way I can find that. So a listener went back into our Men With No Lies archives, which I don't even know where that's at online. I don't know where he listens to these shows online because I've taken them off, I thought. So I don't know where he gets them from, unless he found out how to pull it from our FTP folder.
Or it's on a torrent or somewhere.
I don't know. A torrent.
Someone torrents
No one,
the
believe
show?
me, no one's torrenting Middle Lives.
Yeah, someone
Maybe dance. He can relive his depression and slit his wrist. I don't know.
Jesus.
Who knows? But he found the show where Tony completely
really
just fucked up.
Really?
And he even sent me the timestamp.
Oh my God.
And he said, and then he put a message saying this message never happened. So
Identify this listener.
I don't know. If he wants to be identified,
I would think not.
Then he can post it in the invasion page or in our Facebook page.
Well, that limits it down to
that's up to him.
Yeah.
That's 100% up to him. Dustin just sent me a message justifying, say, dude, I couldn't find it. Oh, all right. So, okay, here we go. I do have the F up. Are you guys ready for that?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Because I just love Tony so much that I hate listening to the way I sounded back then. I'm so excited. I talk so fast. I don't take a breath and I slur my words together.
It takes a while to get used to.
Although don't even.
It took 100 episodes, right?
I'm talking about reliving the comic book clutter.
It's night and day. When you listen to this show and the other show, I'm like, man, I've improved. Man, I hate listening to myself back then. All right, here we go. Because I just love Tony so much that when he fucks up,
he loves him so much he makes fun of him.
I just laugh. And it's not like I get mad. Anybody else sent me what you sent me, I would probably throw shit at the computer. But he sent me like a fight. He's like, hey guys, I think I got all my settings good. I'm like, okay. I listen to it and I just and I laugh.
I knew you were gonna
for real laugh. Not like a chuckle. It was like freaking Tony, dude. How can he honestly think this sounds good? Do you have it? This is what Tony was demoing. You guys, I want you he sent this clip for us to demo.
I thought the settings were all set.
I did a little bit of extra work to it, so hold on.
Okay. This is
You're
gonna
listening
hurt.
to Channel 001. Social Delirium on Cazador Radio.
Okay, everyone, this is Sabato Comic Book Chaos, and we are going to introduce a brand new segment for
I'm in a wind tunnel.
For Cazador radio fans in general. This new segment is called Comic Book Clutter. What we're going to do is basically give
It does sound like comic book clutter.
Just so everybody doesn't think that's our show in a regular.
God.
Dude, I've never seen the clip light jump up so much on this fucking board in my life.
Tony, how can you think that was good?
It sounded good initially.
Wait, no, hold on. Now, I'll try to help you out a little bit here, Tony. Now, I could see you going, all right, everything's plugged in my headphones. Wait, I gotta mute everybody else, I guess. Hold on. Mike. Okay. It's just us three on this half of the room now. Let them laugh. Now, I can understand you listening while you're recording it going, this sounds good. Did you not check the file?
No.
All right, Seth. You're on your own.
Yeah.
How about him? How the fuck do you not check the file?
I mean, did you not listen to it afterwards?
No, he just said he didn't check it.
I'll admit, I listened a little bit, but I figured that, that you and Dan would probably say something, so I said, okay.
I couldn't fix that if somebody was blowing me like in fucking Swordfish.
Dude, let's do a little joke here. I know Dos Lucas is in the chat room. Send that file to Dos Lucas and see if he could fix it. He's a good audio, better than me. I'm pretty good, but he's better than me.
No, he's not.
Send the audio over to him and see if he can actually fix it. I want to see if something that bad is even fixable.
No.
That's why.
No. I think you might be able to use it in back the tank.
No, you know what that sounds like? I'll tell you honestly, I'll tell you what that sounds like.
Can you play it one more time, please?
I'll tell you what it sounds like, because we had that happen once with...
Okay, everyone, this is Tony Sabato Comic Book Chaos, and we are going to introduce a brand new segment.
It's a buzz.
No, forget the buzz, dude.
It's only good. It's
Bane. Hey.
Hello. Welcome to the Chinese restaurant. Well, we gonna take your order. Would you like a chicken fried rice with that? Would you like a chicken fried rice? And an egg McMuffin.
Yeah.
Holy God.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. It was fantastic.
How can anybody think that was good?
I thought you could fix it.
Oh man! But at least Tony was able to quickly fix fix his error.
Yeah.
And he doesn't ever send me files like that anymore. Although I do, for some reason, every time I have Tony record things from home, it's always in one channel, or predominantly in one channel. Why is it only coming in on the left and not so much in the right? Yeah. You might want to check that. I mean, it's not a big deal because
I'm using just one of those handheld recorders.
Oh. Are you really? That's all you're using? It doesn't sound that bad.
It's a Sony digital audio recorder.
Interesting.
Brian and I, though, were talking off on the side.
Yeah.
We were amazed you didn't have hyperventilation or something like that. You talk so fast in those old shows.
I know.
Holy crap, dude. I thought you were on speed for a second there.
I listen to a lot of radio shows, and the one thing they all say is there is no race to getting finished when you're talking. Yeah. And that's why, if you notice, I take long pauses, and it used to take you a while to even get that, because in real life I don't talk like that. But on air, I go real slow.
Yeah.
Because I listen to those shows, and there's no break when I'm speaking. It just goes. I
didn't even catch the breath intake.
I will also. It didn't help that those shows were Saturdays. They were 4-hour shows, and we drank. We drank the entire time on Saturday night shows. I forgot about that. And by hour 3, I was so drunk that you can't speak right. And that's one thing I decided to quit doing, was over drinking during shows like that I'm the lead for, because you can't carry a conversation like a professional radio host if you're completely sloshed.
Right.
So, well, you raising your hand over there, Brian? Are you or no?
I'm dead again.
Right. No, I hear you.
We're good.
I hear you.
I've been dead.
It fluctuates. You're a ghost, remember?
Are you figuratively dead?
It was just so dark in there, man. That vortex was so dark and so dry.
Oh,
it was painful.
Oh, God.
We also had a few complaints, of course, with the white male attack.
No, really?
Really? That was funny. Come on.
You know how it is. I mean, we do have a lot of listeners that cross over from different shows, and they didn't know what a fat Linda was. Oh. And I think you only know what a fat Linda is if you've listened for a long time. And basically, it's just a stupid saying for like a one of those nosy, busybody Midwest suburban wives that just sit and they look at everything somebody else is doing across the street. Oh, look at so-and-so, he's cheating on her man again. Or look at so-and-so, she doesn't treat her kids very good. Oh, so-and-so, look at that terrible dress. She looks horrible in that dress. That's a fat Linda. Someone that doesn't mind her own business. And that's why White Male Attacks was written and directed by Fat Linda.
I thought that was funny. They thought it was bad taste, or
I don't know, man. Honestly, I don't know. You know how to. It might have been the rapist thing too, but the thing is that if you don't understand satire and parody, I mean, first of all, I wasn't condoning rape.
No,
in a satirical fashion, I was agreeing that all white males are rapists because that's what they say nowadays.
Right.
So it was just kind of proving a point. And you said this. I mean, you said this to me off air that I get away with a lot more than probably you or Brian or even Andrew would get away with because you guys are white.
Right.
And the fact that I'm Mexican, I do get, and you're right. I was thinking about it. I'm like, I say a lot of shit. And most of the time I get a pass because I'm not a white male.
Right.
So I'm going to run with it.
Just gonna embrace it.
I'm going to embrace it. Yeah. I do get people that are upset at me from time to time, but for the most part, it's like, I don't know if I can really laugh at what you said that last show. I'm like, well, then don't laugh.
Who's going to know?
Yeah.
If you laughed at it.
Then you're
listening to the podcast with your headphones on.
Then you lack humor. You lack humor.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I'll play the race card. I'll play the race card all day. I mean, and I'll be honest with you. I mean, somebody said we like to manipulate our audience because, we have the gay guy, Andrew. That hasn't been 10 minutes. We have the Filipino, and we have the Mexican, and we have the white guy.
How is that?
And I'm like, yeah, you're right. We do manipulate the audience. You want to know? Yes, we do. Like, we want to get away with as much as we can without offending people. And if it means bringing in the goddamn United Nations, we will.
Oh,
because I mentioned that I'm going to bring in a black guy. Oh, you just want to bring in a black guy so that you can do black jokes more without getting in trouble. You're
Probably.
Right. You're right. You're 100% right. I want to drop the N-bomb.
Oh.
You're right.
I probably still can't do that.
That's
I'm not going to drop the N-bomb. But the point is that I would love to get a black guy in here with our sense of humor so they can show everybody else that, guess what? Not everybody feels the same way as you do. Just like me as a Mexican. Yeah. I don't feel the same way as the voice, the mainstream voice of the Hispanic community.
So we need to follow more affirmative action then.
No, Tony.
Bring in a black guy?
No.
Oh, really?
Not at all.
Can we just bring in a Polish guy?
A Polish guy?
Yeah.
What can we do with him?
Polak jokes.
Those are kind of 80s, right?
Hey, yeah, you know what, man? Let's bring it back.
or even go further. Why don't we bring in like a dwarf or a paraplegic?
Or how about a woman? Handicap. Can we have a woman? Because those have always worked out so well for us.
I know. I told Andrew last week that he's going to be replaced by a woman to do the news, and he's going to move up to social media as his promotion.
Wait, hold on. I thought Andrew was our woman.
No, he's our gay card.
Oh, he's the gay card.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We're looking for the full house.
He's dressed appropriately.
He's dressed.
Nothing wrong with the
There's everything wrong with the way you dressed.
It's like all of a sudden, there's like a gay Salvation Army out there that, what did you do? You paid like a couple of dollars for that outfit?
He blew a guy. Oh. All right. So Rio is 2016 is Brazil ready for the Olympics, and it's been going on now for about a week. But
Whoa.
Does anyone really give a shit about the Olympics anymore? I know it is still a big ratings grab for, what is this, ABC, I want to say, or CBS?
NBC.
Yeah. Totally off on that one. It is still a ratings grab because, yes, more people watch that channel. It's a mainstream network. This isn't like it was 15 years ago. We're not patriotic as a nation. So, yes, while the rest of the world, it may be enjoying it and liking it, for the most part, we don't watch it and sit there and hope we win a gold medal. We're not patriotic.
Not anymore.
And I think you have to be to truly appreciate and get fully invested into the Olympics.
Yeah.
Well, I think Mike, a lot of it too is that we've had so many years of just always winning gold that it kind of seems like a foregone conclusion.
That's such a white guy statement. We just always win.
No, but we do.
We're just
saying.
He's not wrong,
like,
though.
I mean, you look at like
right.
Michael Phelps. Like everybody was excited about Michael Phelps winning.
He's not white.
Right. 9 or 10 fucking gold medals that year. And then the next year they were like, or the next time the Olympics came around, like, he's going to win 6 or 7. Now he's only in 2 events this year and no one gives a shit.
Do we have a list of all the countries that are actually in the Olympics officially? Because not all countries are represented, right?
I have no idea.
That's more so the Winter Olympics.
Andrew, this is where you can talk. Why don't you go ahead and Google the Olympics and let me know what actual countries are actually involved and which ones are excluded. Because that would be interesting to know. Because I know Russia is involved this year. I know in the past they have prevented their athletes from coming into the Olympics.
They didn't want them this year because of the doping scandal.
Yeah.
Like the IOC just completely fucking pussed out on that.
Doping is just not a big deal. It really isn't.
It is, though.
It really isn't. You're using your own blood and oxygenating it and putting it back in your body. That's what you're doing. It's not a big deal. Like people have been using steroids and drug enhancements since the dawn of time, since the gladiators and the early Olympiads. They've been doing it. They were eating cow balls to get testosterone in their system. So it's just something.
Is that effective?
I have no idea, but I know they did it. Andrew, do you got? Let's ask Andrew. When you really want to get testosterone in your system, do you just down a couple balls?
No, he calls his buddy Hank over.
Yeah, I knew that one was coming. It's still funny.
Do you have that Olympics up?
Yeah, the only thing that I can find out is that Russia, their whole thing where they didn't show up and then they did. But as of right now, I can't find anything that's...
So you don't have an actual list of...
I can't find anything that's... a list of countries being excluded at this year's Olympic Games. That is correct.
Okay.
Do you know how to use Google?
I do. Hey, look at my screen. Look at that. Was that Google? Is that a big old G up at top?
Well, I'm going to do it real fast. Talk for a minute, Thomas.
Well, I agree with what Brian said because, like you said, we kind of just get gold at this point.
We're just used to it.
To sound arrogant, I guess, but
we're Americans. We're allowed to sound arrogant.
It's not as interesting anymore. Like you said, Michael Phelps trying to break the record, that was interesting. People watched.
Right. You had some kind of intrigue there. Same thing with like the Dream Team in '92, the first time NBA players were allowed to play.
Miracle on Ice. If there's something big happening, then we care. But I think at this point, it's just like, more gold medals. And the bigger story has been, everything in Brazil's poisonous, apparently. But
you mean the rapes, the muggings, the green water in the Olympic pool,
right?
The fact that if you're swimming in the open water, don't open your mouth because you'll die.
Yeah,
the Zika virus. 20% of all cases of Zika occur in Rio.
Yeah, so are they going to spray down these people when they come back from Rio?
Yes,
the ones that do come back.
Well, no. You put them all in a giant. What do you
put them
call
on
it?
an island and isolate them for maybe 90 days.
No. The Germans had the right idea. Put them in a giant shower.
Just treat them like they did
concentration camps again.
Right.
Just treat them like they did ET. When they, just spray them down and make sure you have that plastic hazmat separation.
Absolutely.
And I think you're good.
Amen.
The fact that Zika is a big thing. I know I know that the smart athletes actually backed out. I was like, listen, I'm not going to go to Rio. And also particularly because of the fact that we already know that last year, I think we talked about this, or whenever the Summer Olympics were during Men with No Lives, we actually talked about how it's a sex pot down there. Like there's the entire athletic apartments is just one giant sex orgy the entire time. And the fact that Zika is a sexually transmitted disease.
Yeah,
somebody's going to be going home with a pinhead kid.
Well, yeah, that's
some lucky winner.
The real problem about Zika though isn't that it's a sexually transmitted disease, that you don't know you have it. It feels like a cold or the flu. Yeah, like you don't even know, and then all of a sudden your baby's born without half of its head.
Yeah, guess what? If you come back from Rio Olympiads and you're breaking into cold sweats, just stay over there. Don't come back.
This is your home now.
Yeah. I think that's, personally, I'm not going to lie here, but I think that's a little bit negligent.
To let them come back?
Yes. Keep them over there. In fact, you know what? Build a wall around them. I'm serious. Zika is worse than Mexicans.
Oh, my God.
Don't go nowhere. The Rain Man Show will be right back.
Have you ever wanted something so bad that you do just about anything for it? Well, that's exactly how we feel about you. That's right. AdamandEve.com wants you so bad. We're giving you 10 free gifts with your first order. You heard me right. That's 10 free gifts to spice up your love life. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, an adventurous toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. That's 10 free gifts for you shy types who've never tried Adam and Eve before. Just go to adamandeve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, a sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code DEAL30 at checkout and you'll get all 10 free gifts, including free shipping. That's offer code DEAL30. That's DEAL30 at adamandeve.com.
Welcome back. You're listening to The Rain Man Show on Rain Man Digital with your host, Michael Flores.
All right, so during break, Brian mentioned that we continued our conversation about the Olympics, and apparently there's an excluded...
Unrecognized
is
the term that they
country
use. Yeah.
That is not allowed in the Olympics. Correct. And it's called Somaliland.
Yes, Somaliland in Africa.
Is it actually spelled Somaliland?
Yes. There's no A. It's not Somalia land. It's just Somaliland.
Like Frontierland?
Like Frontierland, exactly. Only I'm assuming less white.
Yeah.
And fun.
And probably more AIDS.
Probably.
more pillage and raping?
No, actually probably less raping because of said AIDS.
Okay.
That doesn't prevent anybody. Haven't you heard in those countries that they actually think if they have sex with a virgin, it gets rid of AIDS?
Wait.
They believe that.
It doesn't?
Oh, jeez.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Brian, do you have some...
Oh, my God. I've made so many mistakes.
Yeah, so Somaliland. Unrecognized. But Somaliland just sounds fun. Imagine if that was on the news. Next up, what's it called? The pole vault? The pole vault. What's his name? Ahmed from Somaliland. That just sounds funner. And Ahmed, who cares?
Yeah.
It's not a real name from
But
Somaliland.
you said, what's his name? Like, this fictional character is one we already agreed upon.
Right, yeah. We've all agreed upon his name, and it is Ahmed.
Nah, the more you say that, the more and more I want to like ride the Matterhorn or like one of those roller coasters. Let's go to Somaliland, Mike.
That's
please,
what the virgins do. They ride the Matterhorn.
The Matterhorn.
And then they cure all the men of AIDS.
Rolling Thunder.
They're doing their womanly duty out there in Somaliland. That's what they're born to do.
That's horrific.
They're actually medicine. That's what they're considered. They're actually stored in the pharmacies at a certain age. At age 12, you have to go pick up a permanent residence in the hospital under the prescription area.
Age 12 and an e-ticket.
Is that a Schedule 1 drug?
Yeah.
Do you need like a script and a DEA number to get that?
I don't know, pharmacy guy. Tony's going. He's all, that's it. I'm going.
Right.
Somaliland.
Got to get my souvenirs. Take a picture of a couple natives.
Natives? You're acting like this isn't 100 years ago.
It's a
Tony.
real like land or some place he can go on vacation.
It's real to me, damn it.
He's like the effed up Peter Pan. He's gonna go to Neverland. It's his Somaliland.
Instead of sprinkling fairy dust, it sprinkles AIDS on everything.
Oh, jeez. I'll be riding the RV with my shotgun going, come on, more.
All right.
I can see him as a human trafficker.
Yeah.
No, actually, I see
Imagine
Tony.
the Crocodile Dundee hat and a shotgun.
No. You got it all wrong, man. It's not a trafficker. What it is he sits there like they used to with the buffaloes on the plains, and just outside of the train, just picking them off one by one.
Oh my God.
That's how it works.
Good Lord.
Well, in Somaliland, anything's possible.
Yes.
If you believe it, we'll make it happen.
Yes.
Just say you don't believe in Tony 3 times and he'll die. All right. So, okay, what is this breaking news, Andrew, you sent over to me about Donald Trump and something he said in terms of he was threatening Hillary Clinton's life? You said?
He didn't directly threaten Hillary Clinton's life.
Okay.
The exact quote is in regards to her picking her Supreme Court justices.
Okay.
And it goes as such: if she gets to pick her judges, nothing you can do, folks. Although the Second Amendment people, maybe there is. I don't know. But I'll tell you what, it'll be a horrible day.
Wait, what?
Okay, how did you get threatened?
Okay, Second Amendment is the right to bear arms.
Thank you.
Right?
Thank you. Okay, pharmacy guy and also amendment guy.
I'm just saying, the Second Amendment is the right to bear arms. And all those people are like, my guns, you ain't going to take them. So, if the gun people decide that Hillary shouldn't be around anymore, it'll be a terrible day.
Yeah.
Okay, do you really think he meant that?
Yes.
Absolutely.
What's surprising anymore about what Trump says? I bet you he's gonna like one of these days actually admit aliens actually are running the government.
Aliens.
Wait, do we know where he said that?
Not talking all at the same time.
He said it at a rally earlier today.
No shit. Where was the rally?
Wilmington,
Andrew?
North Carolina.
Well, then that absolutely explains it, man. He's just speaking to the people of North Carolina.
Aren't there lots of black people out there?
Not that go to Trump rallies. They know better.
Oh, nobody from Somaliland there?
No, there's no one from Somaliland in rural North Carolina where Trump was speaking to a bunch of white people
Be a perfect place
and their sheets.
So I think people are jumping to conclusions on that, he's threatening Hillary Clinton's life.
It's a bad joke.
I think that's what it was a joke. However, you do as Trump, if he was meaning it as a joke, obviously you have to be a little careful, I guess, if you're Trump, because he knows that a lot of his extreme followers are a little bit of some yahoos.
Are like, thank you for the mission, sir.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, you want us to take care of Hillary? And they're winking at him, like, right? You don't know.
It's like that Monty Python skit.
I do not want you to.
Yeah.
He's all winking. Don't take what I said out of context, please. But also take it out of context if you wish.
Well, I think part of what Andrew forgot to mention was the comment before he made those comments, which was Hillary wants to essentially abolish the Second Amendment.
Hillary doesn't want to do that, does she?
Who knows what she wants? She flip-flops on everything.
Yeah, that's
Check
true.
her email.
I mean, she flip-flops on her sexuality. She flip-flops on whether or not she has emails in her possession.
She flip-flops on whether or not she wants to directly finance ISIS.
She flip-flops more than Andrew flip-flops as to whether or not he's straight.
According to Bill Clinton, her boobs flip-flop as well. I play with those balloons. Yes, this is Bill Clinton. And they definitely flip-flop around. Mostly when she's scissoring her daughter.
Oh, my God.
Man. But then she flip-flops and she has sex with me instead.
Wait, Hillary or her daughter?
Both. Why not?
It's all fun at the Clinton house.
Yeah.
I thought that was Trump's thing. Trump was the one that wanted to fuck his daughter. Right?
Oh, jeez. Well, come on.
I mean,
that is disgusting, but you have a point.
His daughter's amazing.
Yeah.
Talk about how did that come from him?
We all know it didn't.
He had to have made her in a lab. Like I'm going to go ahead and make the. I don't have a Trump voice. Sorry, Andrew, because you've taken it away from me. You've completely sapped my enthusiasm for Trump voice away. But like, yeah, is he creating her in a lab? Is that what he's doing to create the perfect daughter that he can technically have sex with because it wasn't born from his wife's thighs, between her thighs? So he's all, I can have sex with her. Yes, she has my genes, but it's okay.
Well, then he has my vote.
Yeah. He would have the ego to, like, if he was an evil villain, his ego would, I could see that happening.
His daughter is pretty effing hot. and I guess she's smart too, right?
She was on The Apprentice. That's the only thing I know about her.
Well, no. She's actually intelligent.
Isn't she running his entire campaign?
Yes.
See, okay, she's smart.
Yeah, there you go, to make it this far.
Yeah.
No, they're working really well. I mean, think about it. Everybody said, 8 months ago, oh, he'll never be the Republican nominee. Now he is.
Yeah.
And they're like, he'll never win the presidency. And in, November, we're all going to go, shit. Like, that's how it's going to work. I mean, at least I will.
Yeah. I'm gonna vote for Trump now just because of his daughter.
I don't. Fuck. Man.
I'll be that douche.
That's your goal.
And in fact, I'm gonna put that in the voting booth. I'm gonna put Trump daughter. I'm gonna write it over it. Can you take a pencil in there? You take a pencil and number 2 pencil, right? Is that how you vote?
You have a write-in vote. You can write in for president.
That's what I'll do.
Yeah.
What's her name? What's Ivana or Ivanka? Ivanka is his wife.
That's the wife.
Right? The first
Melina,
wife.
right?
Melina.
Thing 1 and thing 2.
It's Melanie. It's Melanie.
No, Melania is his wife, his current wife.
Christ.
Oh, is it? What the fuck? Ivanka's the daughter?
Yeah.
Ivanka is the daughter.
That's such a hot name.
He's got a thing
too.
for Russians.
That's such a hot name, too.
Who
Ivanka.
doesn't have a thing for Russians, Thomas?
Other Russians? Slovenian?
See? It's just like the story I had a couple weeks ago about Melania. Like, her whole story is hot. Like, I guarantee you, like, it's like, I was born a poor Russian woman. And Trump saved me with his big penis. I would take her. I mean, that household, you imagine being like...
What's breakfast like?
You imagine being like the friends, like growing up in that house, and you were like the buddies that came over to visit.
See, right there, though, you're wrong, though, because it wouldn't be a house. It'd be Trump Tower.
Right, well, and you just spend the whole time in the bathroom cranking it to their mom.
That's what I do. But like, hey, what's the son's name? Toby? What's his name? Don Jr.?
Sure, we'll go with Don Jr.
I'll just say, hey, yeah, I'm visiting Don Jr., my pal from my cricket class, and I'm like, hey, Don Jr., I'm going to use the restroom real fast. He'll, didn't you go 5 minutes ago? I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
I'll
but your
right
mom
back.
walked out of the bathroom in a
and
towel.
Your sister. And you,
your sister's laying out by the pool.
And you, Don. So stupid. Oh, my God.
Is it cool if I come by for 5 minutes? Don't you want to, like, hang out? No, I just need 5 minutes. Just see everybody in the house, and then I'll leave.
I just think it's funny because Donald Trump is not a good-looking individual, and yet everybody in that house is. He has to be creating his family.
I don't know. The one son looks identical to him, man.
But he's not a bad-looking guy, though. Was Donald Trump decent-looking as a younger man? Because I looked at photos from the 70s, and he still had that goddamn comb-over.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know, man. I think... Yeah, I don't know. I don't think Trump was ever attractive.
He has nice skin. I'm definitely a serial killer because I like skin.
I don't know. It's kind of orangey, man.
I don't know. So Antonio Sabato Jr. says Hollywood is blacklisting him for supporting Donald Trump. Hold on a second, please. Take us into that article.
Okay. Well, do you know who this actor even is?
I do, but that's only because
tell
old.
Me something. Exactly. So tell me something about.
Oh, I couldn't name anything he's been in. I think his dad was a famous singer.
Really?
Maybe.
No, I bet you we can't name anything that this guy's done.
Antonio Sabato Jr. He was in.
His father was a well-renowned actor from the day. He was in a few spaghetti westerns that I actually own. Okay. But his son himself, he's one of those Hollywood guys that grew up under his father's name, and that's all he's ever done. And the only movie that I know he's done is a bunch of straight to DVD releases back when they had the bargain bins. That was a thing in the 2000s. That's the type of stuff he did. And he was in Swingers for like 5 minutes. Not Swingers. That movie with Mark Wahlberg that I like a lot.
Shooter?
No, not
the
Shooter.
Big Hit?
The Big Hit. He was in The Big Hit with Lou Diamond Phillips and Mark Wahlberg and a bunch of other actors. It was a 1990s type movie, like assassin film.
Sabato was also in 157 episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful.
What?
He was a soap opera actor.
His chin is awesome.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wait, what?
His chin is awesome.
What does that even mean?
You could take that any way you want.
You want to rest your balls on it? I don't.
He's got a good chin.
Not just
what
his
does that
balls.
mean?
Resting.
Like, I don't.
Oh my God.
Day girls, then guys later.
I take it you've recorded that audio bit, haven't you?
Oh wait, hold on, guys. He was handsome guy number 1 in the Three Stooges movie.
That's my point. His acting blacklisted him from Hollywood.
Yes.
Has nothing to do with Donald Trump.
Amen.
And I like the fact that the actors that have the balls to come out and actually, because they know that they're going to take shit. I'm sure there's more actors that actually support Donald Trump. In fact, I was reading an entire article that there's an entire underground movement of Donald Trump supporters in Hollywood. Like, a lot of actors allegedly are following him. They just don't want to back him up publicly because some of the things he says, they say is kind of dangerously, like they can't side with everything he says. Although the direction that he wants to take the country, they agree with for the most part. But they won't publicly say it. Right. They know it's like a political or it's a career nightmare.
Right.
The only ones is Scott Baio,
whose career,
the last thing he did was 40 and Single. That's the last thing he did on MTV.
Wow.
Jesus.
And now he's like 50 and irrelevant.
Well, he was irrelevant during 40 and
That's
Single.
the next show he's going to do. 50 and irrelevant. Yeah. Ryan Seacrest will produce it on, what's his channel? He puts all the shit stuff on. E. Put it on E. Right after Jenner. Right after we see Caitlyn Jenner tucking, we'll go to Scott Baio, 50 and irrelevant.
What an hour of television.
Oh, riveting.
Whoa, hold on. That's
absolutely
2
riveting.
hours, sir.
Even
2 hours
better.
of television.
And both, conveniently, support Trump. Jenner flip-flops just as much as
his dick.
Hillary. Oh.
Am I wrong?
No. It's true. Look it up.
Yeah, so he's complaining that people have blacklisted him?
Yeah, apparently.
I mean, the last thing that he did where he was really in the public eye was 95 when he did Melrose Place.
95. And
Good
Melrose
Lord.
Place was never a respectable show.
No, that was what was on
Wasn't it
after
Wasn't it
90210.
the spinoff of 90210?
Yes, and it was on afterwards. So it was like 8 o'clock was 90210, and then 9 o'clock was Melrose
People
Place,
turned
and
off
I
the
had to
TV.
be in bed. So that show didn't count.
Good Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yikes. I think it's time for a Tony's Mom announcement. I have one more here. You guys want to hear this? Are we ready?
Yes.
Okay, and then we're going to get out of politics. Here we go.
Michael sucks. He made my 2 sons his slave for the last 10 years with no salary. Who does he think he is? He is just a Mexican who eats some burritos, Michael.
Really? There we go. She ad-libbed that. Like, I didn't write some of that. I'm like, wow, she really took some liberties with that one. I felt slightly insulted.
So what's it like to have Filipino slaves, Mike?
Pretty good.
Yeah?
Cheap.
That's why I'm voting for Trump.
Is that part of reparations? Is that what that is?
Hey, all you need is bananas and fish heads.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
So I'm really getting to this whole Snapchat thing. Which,
Lord. That's how you know it's going to die.
I am.
Yeah, Mike's into it. It's going to die now.
I know. I'm late to the party. No, I'm getting into Snapchat because, as I said last show, I hate looking at myself in video because I don't know if I'm aging poorly or I'm just gaining weight at an alarming rate. Andrew, your mic still on?
Wait, I got it. Yes.
I don't know who should be the announcer this year. Andrew or Tony's mom. Who's going to insult me more? So Snapchat's fun because you can kind of hide yourself and make yourself look uglier. So it's like kind of like calling yourself out.
So you're turning yourself into like dogs and using all the filters?
I'm not doing the dog filter yet. Okay. But I am doing like the switch your face, and also I meshed my face. Yeah. I meshed my face with Tony.
No, dude, that was like the hottest woman ever.
Oh,
it was like Big Boo on steroids.
It looks like Tony's mom.
It reminded
she
me
had
of
a Big Boo haircut.
No, David looks like Tony's mom.
It reminded me of the Fly movie, you know, when Brundle went into the teleporter. And it's like if me and Mike went into the teleporter and then this came out.
That was the stuff of nightmares.
What would you name that hybrid?
I don't know.
God's mistake.
Kill me now.
A Filican.
Ooh, I like it.
Will we be allowed to be in the Olympics?
No, but you'll have an NBA team.
Mexipino.
That's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
That just sounds like a really tiny dick.
Like I said, he might end up growing up and then ripping off his family's restaurant.
Oh.
Are we ready for the news yet, Andrew?
I am ready for the news.
Okay, don't get into it yet, but just get it ready because I think we're going to jump into it soon here. The Rotten Tomatoes petition to remove Suicide Squad, or to remove, what is it? They want to remove...
The Suicide Squad fans are petitioning to take down Rotten Tomatoes forever.
Yeah, and you know what? I understand their frustration for the most part. However, Rotten Tomatoes, I think, should be taken down. It was a thing that worked before everybody became a critic, before everyone wants to hate on everything. And I don't think if you go to Rotten Tomatoes, you don't get a very, I don't think you get a balanced view of movies from neither the critics nor the non-critic reviewers, because that's how Rotten Tomatoes works, correct?
It's an aggregate score, yeah.
And it's taken from non-reviewers, everyday viewers like yourself.
Well, I'm not an everyday reviewer.
An everyday person like you,
like
Thomas.
Like Andrew.
Hey, no.
Thomas does reviews
There's
with
too much talking. That's why I said someone's name. And then they also take the general score from critics. Correct? Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's a flawed system. I think it worked in the 2000s. When did it come out? Like late 90s, early 2000s, I want to say. Don't quote me on that, but that seems about right. And it worked at that time. I think nowadays you get a very skewed viewpoint, and I honestly see it dying in another 5 or 6 years because it's going to be irrelevant. All you're going to go there to do is actually be the bitcher. You're going to be the one that wants to bitch and moan and give it a bad grade. Yes, Andrew, you're raising your hand.
Rotten Tomatoes was founded on August 12th, 1998.
Okay, so I was about right. That's kind of when I remember hearing it. And it wasn't taken seriously, which is funny, until about 6 years ago is when you started seeing it on like TV reviews and movie ads. You know, so what's a good positive score for Rotten Tomatoes, Brian?
Like
70%?
No, 87 and above.
And it'll say like 87%
really?
on
fresh rating on Rotten Tomatoes.
And it's percentage, right?
Yeah,
like
it's a percentage, yeah.
So it's like 87% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like that's a thing you've recently seen within the last, I'd say 4 or 5 years. What, Andrew?
Rotten Tomatoes had a TV show. That's when they started picking up steam on current TV before they shut down.
They had a TV show?
They had a TV show. It was actually very good.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Look at this guy. You want to give it a plug? Where can you watch it at? On torrents?
I think that you can. I think you can find episodes
I wasn't
on
serious.
YouTube as well,
I wasn't serious.
Jesus.
What are you giving?
No, he told you. No, never mind, man. Like, you completely.
I don't know. I disagree. I think.
Do you think Rotten Tomatoes should exist?
I think you shouldn't care. Have enough faith in your own opinion of what you do and do not like to not give a crap what other reviewers say about it.
That's you, though. Like, you're not a sheep.
So stop being sheep.
Okay, that's that's easily said.
Again, eugenics. 2016. I'm going to preach that till the day I die. I'm just going to add years.
Because honestly, that's what I see for Rotten Tomatoes. I see that it's become a site. It's become a site where you control. It used to be IMDb. You go to the chat section, the comment section, and you used to see nothing but people trolling. Then they moved over once IMDb kind of is dying for the most part in terms of going there to find out relevant information. And now people go to Rotten Tomatoes, and that's where just people go to just bitch and complain and be like bitter
shitty
because it wasn't the movie you wanted to see. So you're going to give a negative rating.
Was there any certification on Rotten Tomatoes to leave a review at one point?
I don't think so.
Like,
did you have to be somebody?
No, okay. So
that would be better. I think in order to maintain, because I think people are becoming unbalanced in terms of their view and their expectations on shit movies. You're not reviewing the latest, Lars von Trier film. You're reviewing a summer blockbuster flick. And I think everyone's become so, and I hate to use this word for it because it's a common word we use, but entitled, and they expect something. And if it's not what they wanted, they then say that the movie was terrible and it sucked and it wasn't any good, yada, yada, yada. And I think there should be some, I know it's probably cut down on their traffic, but I think there should be a little bit more, I don't want to say regulations, but there needs to be something there to kind of curb the negativity of the site.
Like a moderator or a curator.
Yeah, if someone's just going there to bash a movie and it's not even anything intelligent, it's just trolls, I think they need to get rid of those people. I don't think they should be allowed to comment. It's just like on my Facebook page when I posted that I enjoyed Suicide Squad for the most part. I'm not saying it's a perfect movie, but I enjoyed it. Much like what you said, Thomas. It's an enjoyable movie. It's not perfect, but it's okay. And somebody just says terrible editing. And I told the guy, I'm like, listen, dude, you know me well. I think you might know me by now that I don't like trolling. So at least give me an example. Like, give examples as to why you like something and have a cohesive thought structure behind it, not terrible editing. And that's it. And then you give it a terrible score. That's not how you review a movie. That's how you troll and give a dishonest opinion. Go ahead, Thomas.
Well, Brian, I think had something.
Well, no, okay. So the issue that the petitioners had wasn't with the trolls. It was the actual film critics, like from Vanity Fair. Well, hold on, from Vanity Fair and stuff like that. And speaking of what you talked about, the entitlement, the guy that does the critiques for Vanity Fair is a perfect example of a douche nozzle. In that, what he called the movie, I think he's like, it's not the kind of bad that is the unfortunate result of artists honorably striving for something ambitious and falling short. It's a fucking summer popcorn flick, man. Yeah. I don't need Rosebud to be the last word in this movie.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's the problem. And like, just to kind of go a little bit farther on what you're saying, that it's cool now to leave negative reviews for everything.
Yeah.
Like
yeah, exactly.
And that's not just fans or like the common guy that's going to see the movie. That's what we're seeing from film critics in general. And I think it's a disservice to the industry in that they're not being honest with their reviews. Like, you can't tell me that this dude didn't have a couple times during this movie that he enjoyed it. He's calling it so bad that it's unwatchable.
And that's not
that's
true.
Bullshit.
Well, and I also have voiced my opinion on this show and other shows that I do, that I also think there's a major disconnect between the old school movie critics and the people who can call themselves legitimate critics on these Variety and Hollywood Reporter and the New York Times. You have these old school reviewers. Who, there's a disconnect. I don't think they get what's entertaining anymore and what the masses might enjoy. And that's also a problem. I think there's a huge disconnect in terms of their interpretation of what makes a movie a movie. Everybody wants to be Ebert, Siskel and Ebert, and they want to have a voice, and they don't. Those days of Siskel and Ebert being that go-to guy are over. And if you remember, Siskel and Ebert
liked things.
They liked things, and when they didn't, they still were respectful of the art.
Well, I mean, Ebert gave Milk Money 3.5 out of 4 stars.
Oh, I did too. Melanie Griffin, remember?
Dude, Milk Money's a great movie, but it's not going to be remembered as a fantastic movie 10 years, 15, 20 years from now.
I agree with what you're saying, though, that you cannot just say, crap editing, sucked, and just leave it at that. If you are going to be negative, you have to provide some sort of critique or suggestion as how they could do things better. And I think you're right.
Even then, though, I mean, like, fuck those people. Like,
no, but I'm saying not just angry people who are like, it wasn't what I wanted, therefore 0 out of 10 and is ruined.
Right.
You know? But if you're going to be a critic like Vanity Fair, first of all, like you said, it's not that bad. It's not the most abysmal experience of your life.
Why is Vanity Fair even reviewing anything?
Exactly.
Right.
But
go review clothing and makeup.
But if you're an official critic, then you have to provide something as to what it did right, something as to what it did wrong, and how it could have improved.
Yeah.
Not just, it sucked, and here's an inflammatory piece, clicks, please.
Right, and I think a lot of it has to do with just wanting those clicks for your website.
Right.
I think you got honest reviews when they were in print. And that's what the biggest issue is that print reviews, clicks didn't matter. They were going to sell that fucking newspaper regardless.
Well, they want, as I was getting back to what I was saying about Siskel and Ebert having a voice, a lot of these so-called reviewers have to cut through all the noise nowadays. And they rely, instead of on their prowess as a writer, what they rely on is being a negative troll.
Right.
And that's how they cut through the noise. Right. And then they get attention because of these petitions that are brought
and it's it's getting worse and worse and worse.
Yeah. All right, Andrew, are you ready for the news?
I am ready.
All right, let's do this.
And now it's time for news with Andrew.
I need to get that changed to your mom. Tony, remind me.
Marco Rubio says no abortions for Zika-infected women. Senator Marco Rubio said Saturday that he doesn't believe a pregnant woman infected with the Zika virus should have the right to an abortion.
Yeah.
Even if she had reason to believe the child would be born with severe microcephaly. I understand a lot of people disagree with my view, but I believe that all human life is worthy of protection of our laws.
Hey, Rubio, I believe you should slit your wrist and end it.
And when you present it in the context of Zika or any prenatal condition, it is a difficult question and a hard one, Rubio told Politico.
Much like, why am I still employed as a representative?
Yeah. This guy gets on a soapbox and points his finger down to these women who get Zika, telling them to give birth to a baby who's going to have a terrible life, who's utterly deformed.
Yeah.
Are you going to do that to the next poor child that's born in India with 8 arms? Give birth to Shiva because God wants you to. No, you end it. There's no life. That child's not going to have a life. I'm sorry.
Those could be superpowers.
The start of heroes. Abortion and Zika became politically...
Yeah, a superhero with a pinhead. Yeah.
Abortion and Zika became politically intertwined in June when Congress failed to pass a Zika relief bill, in part due to a dispute over Planned Parenthood. Zika has started to spread quickly through Florida, which now has 422 cases, more than any other state in the nation, and it has alarmed families and health experts because the virus has been linked, of course, to severe microcephaly in infants born to some infected pregnant women.
Telling you just got to have sex with the gas mask on. That's how it's got to work. That's what it's going to turn into. No one's going to be able to have sex anymore.
Gas mask around your penis?
Full body condoms.
Full body. That's exactly.
Yep.
That's the only way you can protect yourself.
It's true.
Just like a Demolition Man.
No. Or Darth Vader.
Yeah. Where you just put on the little head thingy and touch each other's hands. That's how sex works now.
That's the way to go.
Touch my fingertips. Oh, God.
Yeah. All right. What else do we have in the news?
Oscar Pistorius is rushed to the hospital with cuts to wrist as razor blades are found in his cell, but denies suicide bid, claiming he fell out of his bed.
Fell on them?
Kind of like how he accidentally shot his girlfriend through a door.
This guy's luck in
this guy's full of surprises.
He's so clumsy.
I accidentally shot my girlfriend through a bathroom door, and I accidentally fell on a
sack of razor blades.
On a razor, and it conveniently hit my wrist.
It was just coincidence.
Yeah. You know, some big old black guy was like, don't you tell them? Don't you tell them what I did to you?
Yeah, you're never running away from me.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's not like he can run away.
I told you not to say nothing, Pistorius. You no-legged motherfucker.
Oscar Pistorius.
I like it. It's easy to wheelbarrow you.
Oh. Good Lord. Oh my God. Oscar Pistorius has received emergency treatment for injuries to his wrists, prompting speculation that he attempted suicide in jail. Information that, of course, emerged. The Paralympian denied the injuries were a suicide attempt.
Can we just call him the Olympian murderer at this point? I mean, we know he killed his. We know he killed her on purpose. He couldn't take it. She probably insulted his no legs.
Oh. She was a hot piece of ass. Yeah. Oh my God.
I know. These guys, they don't know what they have till it's gone, or they kill it. All right, what else did I say?
Pistorius is serving a 6-year jail term for killing girlfriend Ravina Steenkamp. And he, of course, was
Steenkamp.
He was taken to a private hospital and later returned to prison.
Why?
Prison officials have revealed.
Because Bubba wanted him.
Let him finish his job, mop up the mess, and move on.
He was slitting his wrist because he couldn't take Bubba no more.
It comes amid reports 2 razor blades had been found in the double amputee's cell after the incident.
He got scared every time I put the sheet up. You know, I learned this from watching Prison Break. When you want to get intimate with your fellow cellmate, you just do the little sheet across the cells, and they know to leave you alone. Me and Pistorius doing the wheelbarrow. together.
I'm confused
It
though.
was fun. What do you want? Don't mess up my fantasy of Pistorius.
We have a confusion here.
I mean, the article says that he slipped.
Yeah. that's what I told him to say.
But he got no legs, man.
He was trying to get away.
He slipped on his hands. I got it.
He slipped off.
He slipped off of Bubba? Is that what happened?
Well, his hands. Well, I told you we're doing the wheelbarrow.
Right, so he slipped his hands, and that's okay. Got it.
Yeah. That's right. See, Brian knows he's from the prison cell. He's from cell block 3.
You need a chart or a diagram, Brian? Or?
I think I might, actually. I don't know. He took a sleeping pill.
We take turns doing the wheelbarrow. Sometimes he just sits on it. And I just pull him around.
Oh, my God.
He's fun.
It's fun.
Christ almighty.
What else does it say?
Oscar Pistorius was denied speculations of a suicide attempt. As a policy principle, we cannot further discuss a particular offender's personal condition in the public domain, said Manalesi Walela, a spokesperson at the Department of Correctional Services.
Say what?
Manalesi Walela. I assume.
Sure.
Sounds like a sex move I do with Pistorius.
Another spokesperson said earlier that Pistorius told officials he suffered injuries, of course, after falling.
That is a cool name, though. Pistorius. I kind of like that.
Nice.
It's classy.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
After the implication.
Now it's kind of like Hitler.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
True.
You know,
he killed a hot piece of ass.
He did.
Ruined it for the rest of the no-legged people.
Kind of like Hitler with Anne Frank.
Oh.
All right. What else does the article say?
This afternoon, Carl Pistorius, the runner's brother, said he had been.
He has no legs too.
He has no hands.
After he saw his brother, what a piece of ass he got. He cut his legs off. He did a saw maneuver.
Yeah.
Together, they're a full boy.
Oh. Good
The
Lord.
runner's brother said he had been to see the 29-year-old and that he was doing well given the circumstances. He was in good spirit. He dismissed as completely...
Well, hold on. What is doing well considering the circumstances?
He
You're
slipped
in prison,
and fell.
You have no legs. You shot a woman and you're wheelbarrowing with your cellmate, Bubba, every day.
Yeah.
What
is doing well at that point? Like breathing? Because he had slit his wrist too.
Doing well at failing to commit suicide, I suppose. That's a bonus. Anyway, he was dismissed as completely...
He's easy to pass around.
The true story, Pistorius, is that he lost at Jigsaw's game.
Well, no, he won because he's not dead.
That's true. He learned his lesson.
He did. It only
and then
took
he shot a woman in the face.
It only took both legs.
Your whole life. What's a good Jigsaw voice? Your whole life.
I want to play a game.
Forget it. What else rather than is? Andrew completely sapped my confidence.
Yep.
What else do we have in the news?
A derailed train car hits a bar named Derailed in Iowa.
Is this? This isn't my story, is it?
He added that.
God damn it! He put a pun joke news story in.
Yeah, he doesn't know that we actually talk shit about. Like, how many times have we talked for a second? I mean, Tony, work with me here for a second, Tony.
Yeah.
Like, how many times have we slandered people and their puns?
A lot.
And he puts one.
Uh-huh.
You didn't realize that he posted it while you were talking, and I'm like going, what are you doing?
We joke on Crossroads about Ron Burgundy, and that happens to me because I read the notes.
Yeah.
He does it to you, except he sneaks shit into the notes.
Yeah.
And because you're not looking at the news, he just goes with it.
Yeah, he snuck it in there.
He Ron Burgundy's himself to talk about what he wants
in the
to talk
company
about.
chat. I told him that I was adding it, and I pinged him. I did.
No. How many times have you used the excuse? I told you in the X chat.
That's all I need.
You need to actually confirm with the man.
Nah.
God damn it!
How many times do I have to tell you you're riding in the back of the bus?
But you guys, isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
Oh, my
stupid.
God.
No one was killed, though, so that's
all
good.
right, let's get back into the news. Go ahead and cover the article.
Oh,
Do
really?
not read that headline again, though.
It's super short. It's fine. Police say a freight train car derailed in northern Iowa, rolled into a bar. of the name. Police Chief Hugh Anderson says the incident occurred around 4 a.m. Tuesday as crews moved rail cars and changed connections in Charles City. He says it appears that the track separated and the grain car tipped about 45 degrees into the back of the bar. Anderson says a patrol officer called him to say...
All right.
Where, okay, this is what he does. This is from KCCI, Des Moines, Iowa, Iowa's news leader, Channel 8.
Yeah. Iowa's news leader.
What do you do?
That's sure some claim to fame. There's a whole 5 people watching, but we're Iowa's news choice. I mean, how many news choices do you have in Iowa?
Check your sources, man.
Just the one?
Yeah.
Like, where do you even find an article like that, Andrew? Actually, I'm really curious.
Like, where do you search?
Do you have, like, stupidnews.com pulled up, or is it like...
I can't believe this is show 100.
How about shit-that-pisses-Michael-off.com? Is that where you found it?
I'm going to call this show 100, but it's going to have a little asterisk next to it. We're going to redo it.
No, you know what? Honestly, I think you do this on purpose. I really do.
He does. Of course he does.
Yeah.
Tony has hatred in his eyes right now.
Let me get this show back. Hold on.
I'm coming. Show 100 is so big and it feels really good. Thank you, Jill.
Okay. It doesn't call bitch doesn't even say my name right.
That was supposed to be Michael.
Let's hear it again.
I'm coming. Show 100 is so big and it feels really good. Thank you, Jill.
Hi, Jill. Thanks for that, Jill. Thanks, Jill.
No one's working with me this week. All right.
Let's move on to George Zimmerman, and who was punched in the face, witnesses say, when he brags about killing Trayvon Martin.
Now, is this alleged, Andrew, or is this an actual proven that he was, in fact, bragging about killing Trayvon?
Well, let's find out, shall we? Because I don't know.
That's fine. That's fine.
The man who said he shot the unarmed teenager Trayvon Martin in self-defense said he was punched in the face while he was talking to people at a restaurant in Sanford over the weekend. George Zimmerman and a friend called 911 after a man accusing him of bragging about the fatal shooting punched him in the face, according to authorities.
I would probably too if that was, truth to that.
Channel 9 obtained the calls made by Zimmerman and his friend. The 911 dispatcher asks, "What is the argument?" Oh, this is a transcript. Would you like to go through the transcript?
Sure. Ugh.
Cool.
Just give me the news, Andrew. One job. His one job.
Witnesses say
he was silent for most of this episode too, to work on this
because he was too giddy about the article that he slipped in. He was too busy focused on that the entire show.
Don't mess up this pun.
Yeah, but then he can't actually deliver the actual news that's on the docket for today.
Let me ask you, Andrew, are you looking for us to act out the transcript for you?
Ooh, yes, that would be lovely.
Can we act out the Pistorius killing? And
Andrew, go in the bathroom.
And you can be the wife?
Whose legs are we taking off?
Yours.
All right, so I'm doing it.
Andrew gets to
moving
play
on.
both parts.
Witnesses say they overheard Zimmerman say to someone, "I love your tattoos. My name is George Zimmerman. You know, the guy who killed Trayvon Martin?" Witnesses said Zimmerman also showed his ID card.
That takes some balls, though. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. The man accused of punching the killer could face charges. And there is an incident report filed by the Seminole County Sheriff's Office. The accounts that were given by 3 witnesses whom Zimmerman approached were different from those Zimmerman and his friend.
You know what? He's looking for a quick buck. I think he said that. I think he's going to say things like this because he wants someone to take shots at him so that he can have a case and then he can sue them and make some money because the guy has no career, no life, no way to support himself because of what happened. I could see him working that.
Yep.
Yeah, I could. These days especially.
Yeah.
It's of course not the first time Zimmerman's acquittal has made him a target.
Because what do you put on your resume when you're looking for a job?
Murderer.
Yeah. Security guard.
And then you just go into assassin work.
Do you have references?
Specializes in unarmed teens.
References.
Hey, that teen was carrying Skittles, bro.
Yeah.
References OJ.
Oh.
Other murderers.
OJ, Manson.
Yeah, exactly.
Pistorius.
More than a year ago, Matthew Apperson was arrested and accused of trying to kill Zimmerman during a road rage incident as well. And that is the end of that.
Zimmerman is fat and ugly.
All right, thank you. You can say his name right.
Moving on to the next bit of juice we've got here. Police called as a turf war between cricketers and model aircraft club escalates.
I guarantee you that they're all 40-year-old virgins. Every single one of them.
Cricketers, is that really the name for the sport? Anyway.
Yes.
Were forced to abandon 2 matches after a plane stopped play. The boys in white had to head back to the pavilion because of the risk of being buzzed by low-flying model airplanes.
This is such a first-world white person issue. It's insane.
Yeah, we have people dying in Somaliland having sex with virgins because they think that they're going to get cured of HIV. But meanwhile, we have cricketers and model airplane hobbyists fighting over turf.
Well, it was the Pleasanton Cricket Club.
We were here first. Go ahead.
It led to a head-on confrontation between rival clubs, with police being called and allegations of assault.
Rival clubs?
Now the local council is being asked to step in and umpire a decision before the road descends into a dust-up.
What a waste of tax dollars.
The turf war started when Pleasanton Cricket Club and Blackbird Lanks
put them all in Pistorius' bathroom and let him have at
it. Had to abandon 2 evening matches because Blackburn and District Model Aircraft Club were flying planes over the field. The cricketers claim the plane enthusiasts were having their extended flight times from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. in the evenings.
How does that even work? Do you think they're complaining at their clubs after Yacht Club? They're like, "Bah."
And were playing havoc with their fixture list. Umpire John Lilly said that...
Tony,
yes.
Can you believe that the model airplane hobbyists actually walked into our turf last night? What do you think we should do about this, Tony? Hold on. Rich Tony, what do you think we should do about this, Rich Tony?
Oh, first, let me ask my butler. Leroy, give me more tea, please. And Michael, please.
Yes, Massa. I got you your tea, Massa.
Michael, the nerve of these coloreds.
Jesus. They're all white.
Yeah.
I mean, how dare they come out with their strange paper airplanes?
Tony,
they're too primitive.
Hold on. I don't think... what act am I doing now?
No idea.
Jesus. No one said anything about the model plane hobbyists being black. They're all white guys. Come on, black guys are cooler than that. They're out there fucking bitches. They're not out there building model planes.
Look at that, Michael. It's a paper airplane. My God.
A paper airplane. Oh, my God. What does Rich Blue Blood Thomas think about this scenario?
I think Tony's been dipping into the brandy again. I think we need to have a conversation about getting him removed.
Excuse me, but I must go to this manservant and have him.
He's slurring quite a lot.
Have him tend to my horse.
What? You're a horse?
He thinks he's in the 1800s.
Tony's obviously senile.
Yes.
Not in the big house now. Not in the big
Tony
house.
Obviously doesn't know the color of his own skin.
Tony, it's just unsightly at this point.
I said not in the big house. If I tell you to clean the big room in the big house.
Okay, all right. What else do we have in the news? That was terrible.
I like how he took it just immediately far off into the other side of the field.
Tony's a self-hating minority.
Jesus God.
Well, go ahead, Andrew.
Rodrigo Duterte calls a U.S.
guilty.
Calls U.S. ambassador annoying, homosexual, and a son of a bitch.
And who is this?
The Filipino president.
It makes
Rodrigo
you know what?
Duarte.
Suddenly, Tony makes so much sense.
Yes.
This is the Filipino president.
Mm-hmm.
More lemonade, please.
Are you guys known for being like this? I mean, your mom, you.
I think so. At this point.
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. What else?
Get things done.
Philippines President Rodrigo Duarte.
I don't know. Have you seen the streets of the Philippines? I mean, I don't think you get much done.
No, it's much better.
You guys are mostly trying to survive like volcanoes, right? Yeah. All right, what else?
The Philippine president is notorious for using profanity liberally towards others in politics. He told an audience of soldiers Friday that his recent meetings with U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry went well, but that the U.S. Ambassador Philip Goldberg was a homosexual son of a bitch who really annoys me.
Now, did he say that in English or did he say that with his native language?
That is a great question that I, of course, don't know the
I would like to hear that in his native
He
language.
probably calls him homosexual son of a bitch.
You
use bakla.
Now, is that how you guys are over there? Are you guys very loose-lipped?
Yeah.
Like, you guys just let it,
Just
fly?
everyone's a Trump fan?
No, honestly.
They probably, have a whole entire shrine built around him.
Hey, honestly, this is the truth. This guy is really the Filipino Donald Trump.
And people like him.
He won hands down. To kill
was it illegal? Was he a dictator?
No. His biggest platform was that he promised to kill every single drug dealer in the Philippines.
Oh,
and he already has about 50 dead already.
I can get behind that. Get behind that. Killing the drug dealers.
He's killing addicts as well. Is that correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good.
Attaboy. Amen.
All right, what else do we have?
No one's gonna.
That explains so much about this episode.
It really does. What else do we have in the news, Andrew?
Tinder use more than doubles during in the Olympic athletes' village.
Yeah,
they're all horny. That's why.
Yeah. Bored athletes are turning Tinder into an unofficial Olympic sport, with a wildly popular hookup app enjoying a huge spike in activity at the Rio 2016 village.
I hope they put Zika free, please, in their bio. Do you have a bio for Tinder? Is that how it works?
Yes, you do.
Okay.
Yep. Data supplied to Daily Mail Online shows the number of matches surged by 129% over the weekend as the world sporting elite moved
Will not be afraid to wear gas masks.
were moved into their purpose-built accommodations. The number of active...
All right, honey, it's been a long night, and you might have Zika. Go ahead and put this gas mask on. Don't be alarmed. Just put it on for me before I enter you. Thank you. Thank you. Proceed.
Sorry. The number of active users...
I quit the show.
You made it to 100.
The number of active users within the confines of the 2.5 million square meter village shot up by 64%, while the number of swipes soared by 69%.
Oh.
Tinder also bloats a feature called the Super Like, where users pick the best looking person they come across each day. Perhaps unsurprisingly, given the number of ripped
Is Rio in Brazil? It is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Imagine you got to compete.
Plus that Brazil
with
booty.
a lot of hot people out there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Unsurprisingly, given the number of super ripped, super fit athletes on offer, that service also spiked by 73%. Despite the Olympics now getting into full swing, technicians for the location-based matchmaking app say the figures are still rising by the day.
I'm going to spray you down with this decontamination spray. Don't be alarmed. Put it into like Axe spray, like an Axe spray can.
The aerosol.
I think that's what Axe should do. The Zika spray.
Zika spray.
And start a whole new revenue stream.
There you go.
Instead of Axe spray, you spray yourself down so you can smell good like a douche.
Right.
Just hand them out at the Rio.
Just cans full of deets.
Cans of
just a cloud,
contamination
like
sprays. Yeah. It'll work. DDT. That still works, right?
No.
DDT.
Yeah, isn't that what kills lice and stuff? Yeah, let's just do that.
I'm pretty sure DDT was linked to like tons of birth defects, and we don't use it on pesticides anymore.
Well,
that was Agent Orange.
That makes sense. That makes sense, I guess.
That too.
I should be used to it then with the Zika.
Yeah.
What
else?
The International Olympic Committee perhaps anticipated Rio 2016 becoming the steamiest on record by handing out 450,000 free condoms.
Yeah. You know what? If anybody comes down here and brings Zika at full force, they should just be put into their own little jail cell, because Zika is a thing, man. That's a big deal. And you're going to have all these negligent people getting the freak on and then bringing back and then impregnating women with the Zika virus.
Yeah.
You're going to see an uprising. That's going to be the apocalypse. It's not going to be zombies. It's going to be pinhead babies walking the earth.
Will they be? Or
What's that?
Will they be walking?
They'll just kind of be like wriggling.
Can we do like 28-month abortions?
Oh, Jesus.
The staff at the $1.5 billion Olympic Village, home to 18,000 athletes, coaches, and officials.
Can we do that with, can we do a late-term abortion with Rubio? 40 years too late?
Wow.
Can we just have
Call Zimmerman. That's on his resume.
That's what Zimmerman's excuse was. I was just doing a late-term abortion on Trayvon.
Staff said the increase in use is probably due to sheer boredom. comprised of 3,604 apartments in 31 separate 17-story accommodation blocks.
See, I would like a news article to say that. Not out of boredom, but actually, honestly, sheer horniness.
Everyone's wanting to bang. Most of them are hot. Kind of just what happens.
Yeah.
Article.
The complex also boasts tennis courts, football pitches, and even swimming pools.
Don't go in that water.
There is also a large recreation area offering video games, music, table tennis, and billiards, plus a post office, general store, and a free McDonald's.
All of which will be covered in sex stains by the end of the games.
450,000 condoms for 18,000 Olympians, and half of them are women.
Yeah.
You guys do the math. That's like 50 partners apiece.
Yeah.
Sounds like a good spring break.
Brian, you should have started practicing the triathlons.
Man, I wouldn't have time for triathlon. I'm fucking 50,000 pitches. Like, no time.
All right, what else do we have in the news?
Lastly, for today, the Blackburn vampire who sleeps in a coffin and drinks blood.
This is news?
Like a real person?
It is. A man who lives as a vampire said he just wants to be treated like everyone else.
Oh, my God.
Guess what, dude? You're not like everybody else.
No.
Darkness Vlad Tepes.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Are you kidding me?
Who said he has been living as a vampire for 13 years, sleeps in a custom made-to-measure coffin.
That's what his parents just threw in the towel? 13?
Apparently so.
He said he also drinks cows and pigs'
Boys
blood,
will be boys, Thomas.
as well as a human blood substitute.
What's a human blood substitute?
Great question.
But Tony, look that up.
Human blood substitute?
And can it be affected by the Zika virus?
Ooh.
Darkness said until recent.
Darkness.
Darkness.
Dude, how do you wake up and just you're like, yep, I still completely believe all the shit I'm saying.
Hey, can we do a late-term abortion on him as well?
I like how the main theme of this episode is like we're going to murder some
Can we just put them all in Pistorius' bathroom? Rubio, this vampire guy who wants to be a
normal person.
Yeah.
Do you think he woke up one day and told his mom that he needs to go to the courtdouse to change his name?
No.
Your job in the show is not to ask us questions. It's to read the news. What else does it say in the news? What does the article say?
Darkness said until recently he had very few problems from other people.
I doubt that.
However, this changed when he went for a drink with friends at a pub in Oswald Twistle.
And it didn't have blood?
Where he said he was openly abused
This is an
because of the way he
outrage.
dressed.
This is an outrage. You give Caitlyn Jenner a bathroom, but you don't serve me blood?
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, because those are equal things.
He likened, speaking of things that totally aren't
I
equal,
identify as a vampire.
I identify
Therefore,
as a pilgrim.
I have rights as a vampire.
He
and
likened,
as a pilgrim, I get to move into your house.
That's
and
what
claim
this
it as
guy's
my own.
saying.
He likened the abuse to the attack on Sophie Lancaster, the teenager who was murdered in Backup Park because she was dressed as a goth. Her mother, Sylvia...
It's not the same thing.
No, not at all. Her mother, Sylvia, said that she supports Darkness, who changed his name by deed poll, adding that the treatment he had received was completely out of order. The 25-year-old said, I went into the pub with two mates, and a lad piped up and asked if I was abused as a child when I was young because of the way I looked.
That might have been a legitimate question.
It very well might have.
I would be curious.
And guess what? He was abused as a child if his mother allowed him to walk around as Darkness.
From age
I'm
13.
Count Darkness. Oh, you're such a cute boy. He's like 19 years old.
Yeah. When you're 13, you still don't get to make your own decisions. So what the fuck happened,
At
Mom?
the age of 16, when he tried to drink little Susie's blood from her neck, guess what?
How is
That's
this different?
abuse.
How is this really that different than a parent, like a 13-year-old wants to start drinking beer?
Yeah.
You're like, well, kids will be kids. They're going to get into it.
Thomas, if he identifies as a drunkard, he should be allowed to.
Not all families are Irish, though. Okay, so.
Nah, this kid was touched somehow.
By a vampire?
No, family member, priest.
On Halloween.
Priest, maybe.
All right, we got to end the show.
Good Lord.
All right, thank you, everybody, for listening. We'll be back next week.
Thank you for listening to The Rain Man Show with your host, Michael Flores, with hosts Tony Sabal and Thomas Cowley, Andrew Spindler with the news, audio guru Dustin Lucas, produced by Michael Flores and Dustin Lucas. The Rain Man Show is a Cazador Productions and Rain Man Digital broadcast production. For all things Rain Man, go to rainmanshow.com.